Hello students, how are you? In the previous video of improvement in food resources, we have discussed about the organic farming. Now in this video, we'll be starting with irrigation. Okay, so let's start. What is irrigation? It is a process of application of water in controlled amounts at regular interval to the crops. Irrigation methods are adopted at various places, especially in areas of low rainfall, to ensure the proper growth of the crops. Okay, so in simple word, we can say that irrigation is the supply of water to the plants at regular interval. Okay, very important word is at regular interval. We need to supply the water continuously and at regular intervals. Clear? For example, you can see the diagram. This is the irrigation of a field. Why do drought occur? The scarcity of water or low rainfall often results in drought conditions. If farmers do not use any irrigation methods and only rely on rainfalls, drought poses a serious threat to the crops. Areas with light soils also tend to face drought like conditions as soils cannot retain water. Okay, so these are the different conditions when the drought can occur. It may be when the low rainfall has occurred, or maybe the soil is not able to retain the water for the plants. Different irrigation methods. First, wells. Two types of wells are used for irrigation: the tube wells and the dug wells. Tube wells. Tube wells are the tube-like structures that are used to extract the underground water. Dug wells, these are the wells dug in the ground in order to extract the underground water. Water from dug well and tube wells both is lifted by using pumps. Okay, you might have seen the tube wells in the village areas where the water or the pumps are being set so that the water can be extracted from underground. So this is the one of the method, wells. Next, canals. A canal system is a network created to move water from one source of water such as stream or reservoir. The main canal is divided into branches that spread by through the fields so that the water can be distributed everywhere. Okay, you can see that it is a long canal, and from that the branches are there which are spread to all the different types of fields, and with the help of it the water can be distributed everywhere. Next is river lift system. A river lift system is used to draw water from the rivers directly for irrigational purpose. This system is successful in areas where the canal system is not successful. Clear? Now read these three again, and then we will be moving to different type again, some more methods of irrigation. Okay, so let's discuss some more irrigation methods. Tanks. Farmers often use small storage reservoir that can store as well as supply water in the small fields. Okay. For example, the place where the rainfall might not be appropriate, so they store the water for future purpose. Rainwater harvesting. This you have also studied in earlier classes also. Instead of just letting the rainwater flow away, farmers often store it in the reservoir tank, and this water then used for the irrigational purpose. Next is watershed management. Small dams are built on rivers and streams in order to increase the ground levels of the area. These check dams prevent water from flowing away and causing soil erosion. Next topic is cropping patterns. Different cropping patterns are used by farmers in order to increase the crop yield. Mixed cropping, intercropping, and crop rotation. Let's start with mixed cropping. Mixed cropping. It is a cropping pattern in which two or more crops are grown together in the same field. The main aim of this cropping method is to ensure some yield even if one of the crop fails to grow properly. The seeds of different crops are combined and planted together. Some fertilizers are used for all the same fertilizers are used for all the crops. For example, wheat and gram, wheat and mustard, groundnut and sunflower. You can see the figure, mixed cropping in same row. Clear? So what is mixed cropping? It is a cropping pattern in which two or more crops are grown together in the same field. Okay, the seeds of different crops are combined and planted together. Same fertilizers are also used. Okay, it is the main aim so that if even if one crop fails to grow properly, the other can grow. For example, wheat and gram, wheat and mustard, groundnut and sunflower. Next is intercropping. It is a cropping method in which two or more crops are grown together in a field but in a specific pattern. The seeds of these crops are not combined before plantation, but the crop used different kinds of fertilizers depending upon their own requirement. The main objective of this method is to ensure the maximum productivity of the crops. Since the crop have different nutrient requirements, they would use maximum nutrients from the soil. Diseases and pests would also not easily spread to all the crops. For example, soybean and maize, finger millets and cowpea. Okay. Read these points again about intercropping. Let's move on to the next, crop rotation. In this cropping method, different types of crops are chosen and irrigated on the same piece of land sequentially. The rotation of crops depend upon the soil, climate, and water retention of the soil. Clear? In this cropping method, different types of crops are chosen and irrigated, but sequentially, not together. And the rotation of the crops, it depends upon soil, climate, and water retention of the soil. How is crop rotation useful? If the farmer grows the same crop on the land for long term, the same nutrients keep on depleting from the soil, which leads to the decrease in the soil fertility. But when crops with different nutritional requirement are grown, the soil nutrients get enriched and the fertility of the land is maintained. Different crops are not susceptible to all kinds of pests and diseases. Planting different crops on rotation can lead to a better yield. Crop rotation allows a reduction in the number of fertilizers and pesticides on the fields. So these are the usefulness of the crop rotation. You can see the example. For example, in year 1 malt and barley, then year 2 in spring wheat, year 3 potato, and year 4 again malt and barley. Okay, so this is what about the crop rotation, so that the nutrients can also get enriched into the soil. Okay, read these points. How is crop rotation useful to us? So I hope it is clear to you, the cropping patterns and the irrigation system. Okay, in the next video we will be continuing this chapter. Okay, till then students, keep studying and keep making notes of the chapters of the videos that are being uploaded. Okay, and take care of yourselves. Thank you and have a nice day.